All right, so this video has nothing to do with motorcycles, but I'll show you what I've been working on for over a year and a half, maybe about a year and a half, and that is home remodeling. Remodeled the addition of our home and then the kitchen, and I just had zero time to make videos on motorcycles and garage stuff. But I just kind of want to walk you through all the work I did because it was extensive, took a lot of time, stressed me out, couldn't sleep sometimes, and it is what it is. But anyway, it's wrapping up. I got a few details to do, and then I should get back to regular scheduled stuff here in the garage. It's been 6 months or so since I posted a video. In that time, I was working on the 3D printing and 3D CAD course, and that is probably 90% done. So in a separate video, I'll show you where it's at, and that should hopefully be released in the next few months, definitely before the end of the year. Honestly, it's probably ready to go now, but I just want to add a little more content to it. So anyway, let me walk you through this. It's been a lot of work. All right, so here we are in the garage, and coming in, and here's the new kitchen. So, man, I wish I could do wide zoom on this freaking cell phone here. Can I? I don't know. Guess not. Anyway, there it is. Can't believe this is finally freaking done. It's been killing me, man. So this was what I call phase 2, the kitchen, right? Phase 1 was this whole addition back here. All right, and we did a lot of work here, so I'll just start from the beginning. So, we moved in, argued for about a year about what we're gonna do, typical couple fights and stuff. But so first thing we did is over here, this is a 12-foot opening, and originally it was the 12-foot rough opening, but at some point they put in a 6-foot patio slider, and this here was drywall and siding on the exterior, and we're thinking, why the hell would we want smaller windows, right? And we decided to order a 12-footer. All right. One problem was the old patio was all concrete, and there was a concrete step. See here, when I had the brick guy do some work, I had him install these limestone sills. Well, prior to this limestone sill is attached to the house the way it should be. Before, the step was attached to the patio, so the patio sunk, and then there was a large gap between the sill and the old patio slider or whatever. So I had to bust up the step first, and then I found a rotted rim joist and sill plate. So I had to go in the crawl space, because there's a crawl space under here, and I got a bunch of post jacks, and I jacked all these joists up so I can remove the sill and replace it. So that was a huge, that was a project, right? And then over here I found a broken joist. So, and I tore all the subfloor out. So I had to replace a joist. All this flooring was unlevel, so I had to shim it up. I just ripped some 2x material, and like over in this area, it was 3/4 of an inch off, 0 over here, and then here's the original house. This was the basement, and right here there was a transition strip, because this is on a slab, and there was like an inch difference, and I'm like, dude, I want seamless flooring. So I ripped out all these joists down to the slab, and I redid all of that, and then I shimmed what I needed there to this level. All new subfloor throughout the kitchen, this addition, and that over there. And we went with 4-inch white oak, real hardwood flooring. So this looks great. So I'm super happy. Everything's level, it's solid. The floor was spongy right here in this area. And then we relocated the attic hatch. This over here was all closets, and we are going to get a cabinet builder to make us some cabinetry here to make it a mudroom, but that can come later. So anyway, that's good. Okay, so that was phase one, getting this window in here, and then over here, my wife's like, yeah, let's put a patio slider in here too. We're like, all right. Well, there used to be a window here. There used to be a double hung window right here, and there used to be a door way over here. So blew that all out, including the brick and everything, and then there was, no continuous header here. So I had to jack up the joists here, support everything, and install a header here. We went with an LVL style header, and this is a 9-foot patio slider. So what's awesome is if you come over here, way in the corner, you just got all this window area. A lot of light comes in here, and we replaced that window back here too, and it's awesome. And then we got the patio done. The patio was really small and original, and we went with a limestone, natural stone patio, and it measures over 20 by 20. So I want to say 22 by 22 or something like that. So it's pretty big. It's awesome. Nice patio. Got a couple grills out there. Got a flat top. That's awesome for making smash burgers. Love it. Got a regular grill. And then got a little fire pit and just have a nice view out here. And, we watch football games and whatnot. So it's cool. Obviously, so all this stuff I'm showing you here, I did all by myself, except for the patio. I didn't do the flashing on the windows. Replacing all the soffit. It's like that tan color, and we're going with this dark bronze. It just looks better. And by the way, we're changing the color of all the windows, so it's instead of that tan stuff, we're going with this dark bronze. Eventually, we'll do the gutters and stuff, but man, all this stuff adds up, right? Back over here, we gutted this down to the studs, and then this is a flat roof up here, and we had it spray foamed. The walls are spray foamed, and the crawl space down here we had encapsulated. And the guy that came here, Patrick, thanks so much for all that work. He knew me from YouTube, so that was kind of crazy that he was looking into like blasting stuff for his business, and he kind of recognized me, so that was kind of cool. What else? Also hired out all the drywall finishing. I mean, I can mud and tape and all that, but man, these guys came in. I got a guy that does nice work. He comes in and they finish it in one day. Okay, there's 3 guys. They bang it out in 12 hours, and it's reasonable cost compared to other trades. I mean, versus electrical, plumbing, etc. So, you got to hire out some things, right? So the patio I hired out, the mudding I hired out, and then over here, let's talk about this kitchen real quick. So these are Amish-built cabinets. We went directly to Amish horse and buggy deal. They don't drive, they don't have electricity. In the middle of Wisconsin is where this guy's located, and the pricing is half of what we got quoted from retail people. Half. And the quality and the looks of this is freaking amazing. This is walnut, and it's 3/4 solid walnut, not veneer or any of that junk. It's just freaking solid wood, and it's beautiful, and it's very rich in color, and it pops, and the grain is just beautiful. Dovetail joints on the boxes, or the drawers. The boxes are 3/4 maple plywood, not MDF, not particle board, none of that junk, from what I've learned, and that really affects pricing. All Bloom slides and hinges and whatnot, and man, it's just, it looks great, man. And going with, any custom cabinet builder can do this stuff, right? what we have here isn't like crazy custom or anything, but there are some custom pieces, and some of this stuff we didn't even have in the quote from the retail people, and it's not even available. Like, for example, this up here is just fluted panels. You know, he just ripped these slots in a table saw, and you know, you don't find that in a catalog. You're not going to be able to buy that. So that looks pretty cool. You're not going to be able to buy this. This is like an insert that we made for like a spice rack or nook or whatever, and that wood matches, you know, this panel, this fridge or whatever. So that's cool. We spent a lot on this refrigerator. Got a frickin' Sub-Zero. Reason being is, I don't know, man. It was really expensive. But the reason we went with that, it's counter depth. So, you know, the cabinets are 24. This is a 25-inch deal or whatever. And we were trying to maximize space here. So if you come back here and look, you know, we have no upper cabinets to block the view. And counter depth obviously gives you, because the old fridge, man, it's stuck out to like here. It was, and then it's hard to put panels on it and all that. So this is a really nice look, you know, and it feels really solid. So instead of uppers, you know, we got tons of lower cabinetry space, and just went with some floating shelves here because they look pretty cool. Countertops are quartzite. It's a man-made, it's a natural stone. Quartz is man-made. I didn't know that until I was getting into this. So quartzite is right out of the ground, where quartz is resins and whatever, and they make it, you know. And we carried that countertop material for the whole backsplash, and we got a pot filler. That's pretty cool. Over here, we went with an induction stove. Natural gas is very popular here, and that's what we had previously, but we decided to go with induction. This is what my wife wanted or whatever. And this is crazy because you put something metal on here, and it vibrates the metal so fast that that's what creates the heat, the friction and the heat. And all the heat goes directly into the pan, into the food, so you don't have all this excess heat escaping. So it's very interesting how this works, and I like it so far. And instead of the standard 30-inch range, we went with a 36. This is a, Fisher & Paykel. 36 because, you know, we're a large family, and the more cooking space is nice. There's 5 burners on here, but what's cool is this and this can be linked into one zone. You can see the lines here. You can put a huge griddle on here and cook like pancakes and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Let's see, the pantry here. I put an outlet back here, and we just have a small microwave. We really don't, you know, microwaves, you know, when you put them over the stove, they look awful. And the drawer style microwaves are expensive, and they tie up a whole bank or 24 inches or whatever it is of space. So we just said, you know what, screw it. We'll just put a little microwave in there. Notice there's no dishwasher or disposal. We're not dishwasher people. That's probably going to hurt us for resale or whatever, but I got all the plumbing, all the electrical. If you want, they can shit can this and put something else in here, and they you know, the next people can worry about that, but whatever. And another thing is, a big thing is there used to be a door here, and this was a breezeway here at one point. It was like a 28-inch door that was here. It was so small, so stupid. And then, you know, there's the front door. There was a door here, and there was a door back here. It was just way too many freaking doors. So we said, you know what, let's brick it in, put a large window in here, and then, you know, we have another sink here, a little bar sink. So I had to do the drain and the plumbing for this, and the vent actually pokes out into the garage and goes up, because where else are you going to put the vent? So I had to send a pipe into the garage, but that's all right. So this is a lot of countertop. This is well over, I want to say this is about 14 feet, maybe more, you know, in length here. And then, of course, you got this length here, which is another, I don't know, 14 feet. So there's just a lot of space to prep and work. You know, in the morning, all of us are trying to get ready and out the door, a lot of sandwiches making and stuff like that. So it's nice to have all that. And then over here, behind this door, there was a door into the bedroom, and we got rid of it because there was 2 doors to that bedroom, and it was not enough privacy for that bedroom. And now we have more wall space in the bedroom to put whatever. And then this here is, you know, the Amish guy made this too, and nice walnut top. And this is fluted, so that looks nice. So it's just a sideboard piece. I got like grilling stuff in there because the grill's right there, so I just grab it. But yeah, so you know, this was a lot of freaking work, man. For all this work, I think I had like 3 dumpsters. I initially got a 10-yarder, and then a 20-yarder, and then another 20-yarder, you know, spaced out over the year and a half. Did this in phases, and I only tried to work between like March and then the fall, you know, because there'd be days where I didn't have windows. So you want the temperature to be reasonable when you're doing all this work. And working when it's super hot sucks. Working when it's cold sucks. So I tried to, you know, plan this to where everything was done in the spring, early summer, and so forth. As far as plumbing, you know, it wasn't too bad here. You know, the plumbing remained kind of unchanged there. It was copper pipe, PVC. I had to shift the PVC over a little bit. Putting the pot filler in was no big deal because I had access from the basement. So I ran a copper line up and over, and for the ice maker as well. I had to run a 50 amp service for this guy, but there was a 30 amp outlet in the basement under here. So I just kind of reconfigured that pipe, ran it this way, and pulled all new wire. So that was pretty simple. This plumbing, obviously I had to put a new drain all the way through here, and the sink drain goes this way in the basement, so I just teed into here, or wired into here rather, and then the vent went up there, and I had to redo all the venting because this was all cast iron, and just redid all that because why not? And then as far as electrical, ran all new circuitry, all new EMT, because the flooring was on sleepers, and they ran the conduit in between the sleepers and the subfloor. So my old house was like that, and this house was like that. Whenever they do wood flooring, they happen to do that method or whatever. So I got rid of everything in the floor. I came up this way from the basement, up this wall, and up and over and down, and I ran over 200 feet of conduit. And I did it over 2 days. So I bent all the conduit, ran it all in like 2 days, you know. Took some vacation time and knocked that out. I would say the hardest part of this job was the flooring. Man, there was just layers and layers of subfloor, and most of it was screwed down, and you can't rip out plywood when it's screwed down, so you have to frickin' remove all the screws, most of them, and then you can tear the plywood up, and it's just hard on the back, hard on the knees. And man, even leveling it, what a pain in the ass. But it's all done, it looks great, it's all level, it's super solid, and so forth. So something I would recommend if you guys are, you know, looking to remodel a kitchen, what we did is we hired a fee-based designer. So we were not inclined, or we didn't have to buy cabinets through them or through her. So she, you know, my wife had an idea of what she wanted. You know, the range used to be over here, and she wanted it over there, and she had inspiration pictures and all that. So the designer got us 95% of the way there. All right. And then we also got quotes from cabinetry from her, and you know, it's expensive going retail, right? I think we were getting quotes. Her cheapest quote was 20 for cabinets, up to 30. We went directly to another place called Amish Kitchens. They deal with the Amish directly, so they're the middleman. They deal with like 6 Amish families. They quoted $38,000 with MDF boxes. It was a ripoff. And then we went directly to these people, and I think we paid 19 delivered. And this is really real solid flipping wood, and we got all this extra stuff like this, that wasn't in these original quotes, and those, and these walnut floating shelves here. So, I mean, you got to shop around. So what I would recommend is, if you go to a cabinet store, yeah, they'll design it for free, but they want you to buy from them and they won't give you the design. So we had this design, we had the prints, and then I even modeled this up in CAD and played with it and fine-tuned it, and then we went directly to this Amish guy. But working directly with the Amish is a little sketchy, dude, because they don't have computers, they don't have showrooms, they don't have a phone. If you want to talk to this guy, this is what you had to do. You had to call a number and leave a message, and he would call you back in a day or two, because he would get in his horse and buggy and go over to the local community phone that he used or whatever. And if I had any changes or information I had to send him, I had to mail it to him. So that's all old school ways of communicating, right? So you just have to trust this guy on doing all this. And my mom used them about 8 years ago, so that's how I got this guy's information, and that's ultimately the way we went, and we're super happy with it. I mean, he did a really nice job. There was only like one mistake, which he fixed on site, and all right, I think I talked enough. We're a little over 20 minutes here, but yeah, this was killing me, man. And I got a love-hate thing with remodeling. I mean, it's I like how it looks now that it's done, but man, it's a pain in the ass while you're doing it. But real quick, let's come out here. Did the patio and did the walk, and then here's the patio. So yeah, here's the flooring. I got some scraps. I'm just gonna burn it. But yeah, it's nice out today. It's quiet. All right, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for this video, and hopefully soon I'll get back on track with what I want to do, not what my wife wants me to do.